Former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort and his associate Rick Gates are the first to face charges in the Russia election probe. And there may be others soon. Both men pleaded not guilty yesterday to a dozen charges. They include conspiracy against the United States, money laundering, and tax fraud.
We also learned yesterday that George Papadopoulos, a foreign policy advisor to the Trump campaign, pleaded guilty to other charges. He admits he lied to the FBI about his contacts with Russian interests. The 30-year-old had no prior criminal record.
Papadopoulos was arrested July 27th at Washington Dulles International Airport. His case was under seal for the last 3 months, while special counsel Robert Mueller investigated possible Trump campaign links to Russia. The government calls Papadopoulos, quote, a proactive cooperator. Jeff Pegues is in Washington with a look at what that means and where this investigation is heading. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning. That term indicates that George Papadopoulos may now be actively working with the special counsel's office to reveal who in the Trump campaign knew that he was communicating with Russian operatives and when. Papadopoulos' arrest and guilty plea was a bombshell yesterday, showing that he, too, was offered damaging information on Hillary Clinton by Russian operatives.
So help me God.
2 days after President Trump's inauguration, George Papadopoulos was in Israel and appeared to still be acting on behalf of the campaign.
A new relationship between the United States and all of Israel.
According to court documents, less than a year earlier, Papadopoulos began emailing Trump campaign officials and pushing meetings with Russian operatives. At a national security meeting on March 31st, 2016, Papadopoulos told Mr. Trump that he had connections that could help arrange a meeting between then-candidate Trump and President Putin. 10 days earlier, Mr. Trump introduced his newly minted foreign policy team to editors from the Washington Post.
George Papadopoulos, he's an oil and energy consultant, excellent guy.
But on Monday night, Mr. Trump's lawyer told CBS News that the president definitely doesn't have a clue who George Papadopoulos is. Papadopoulos' communication with the Russian operatives began when the main contact, nicknamed the Professor, told him in April of 2016 that he had dirt on then-candidate Hillary Clinton, including thousands of emails. That occurred well before the Democratic National Committee made the intrusion by Russian hackers public. In May 2016, Papadopoulos emailed a high-ranking campaign official. Russia has been eager to meet Mr. Trump. That email was forwarded with this commentary. Donald Trump is not doing these trips. It should be someone low-level in the campaign so as not to send any signal. In August, after Mr. Trump accepted the Republican nomination for president, a campaign supervisor encouraged Papadopoulos to make the trip to Russia if it is feasible. Another former Trump foreign policy advisor, Carter Page, did make a trip to Russia, where he gave a speech in July of 2016. Page was asked last night whether he had exchanged emails with Papadopoulos.
Probably a few, yeah.
Were you in email chains with him about Russia?
It may have come up from time to time.
Carter Page and several other Trump campaign officials have been under FBI scrutiny for more than a year now. Papadopoulos is facing up to 5 years in prison, but he won't be sentenced until the Mueller investigation is over. Norah.
All right, Jeff, thank you so much.